Hi, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about what happens when you start to lose weight. What can you expect in terms of how long it will take you to achieve your goals, and whether or not you can expect a slow and steady weight loss or if it'll jump all over the place. That last sentence should give you a clue. Weight loss is not a linear function. It doesn't go straight down towards your goal weight. There's going to be some ups and downs during the weight loss process. And that's something that I had to learn the hard way, because I expected that once I started my calorie deficit and started to see the scale going down, that it would continue on that downward trend until I reached my goal weight. And I had a thought that, oh, if I keep going at this pattern with this consistency, then I can expect to reach this weight by this date. Or I can expect to be at this dress size by this special occasion that's coming up. I learned pretty quickly that that's not always the case. Weight loss happens from a caloric deficit, of course. And if you keep a caloric deficit, then you will continue to lose weight. How fast and how soon that happens depends on a variety of factors. And number one being consistency. How consistent can you be? Are you able to keep that same caloric deficit for an extended period of time, or does it change from day to day? Do you have like maybe a 500 calorie deficit one day and a 200 calorie deficit the other day? Those things may change how fast you are able to lose weight. Another thing that can affect the rate of weight loss, or how fast you're able to reach that weight loss goal, is body fluctuations. We know that calorie deficits cause weight loss, but there's always going to be something in your body at play that we don't understand everything. All we know is that in order to lose weight, you need to maintain a calorie deficit, but it's not going to be a perfect mathematical function. There's things like water weight, there's things like diet affecting how you feel and how much water is stored in your body. Carbs cause more water storage. Working out causes an increase in water weight because your muscles use the water to repair themselves. So when you increase your weightlifting routine or increase your exercise routine, it's going to cause more water retention, which may seem like it may cause a weight loss stall, even though you are maintaining a calorie deficit. And for women, around that special time of the month, there's going to be some water retention and some weight fluctuations just because of what's going on inside our bodies, all the hormonal changes and just everything just going to poopity poop inside us. So diet, exercise, and for women, the special time of the month, those things can always affect the number that you see on the scale. It may seem to stall weight loss or make your weight go up when you're expecting to see it go down, but it's nothing to worry about. As long as you keep being consistent with the calorie deficit, that will correct itself eventually. If you try to put a timestamp on when you want to lose this weight or what you want to achieve by a certain date, you might not always have a good time. As I've said before, weight loss is a slow and steady process, but that steadiness can sometimes be more unsteady than steady, just because of how our bodies function. Which is why it's important to use other metrics to measure how much weight you're losing or how your body is changing, especially if you're starting an exercise routine. There's more than just a weight to measure how much your body is changing. You can measure yourself, measure your body at different times to see how your body is changing, using in-body scans, using other different methods to measure what change is happening inside your body. For example, when I started increasing my running, my weight stayed the same. It stayed exactly the same. I was in a plateau for weeks. Even though my pants were fitting looser and my clothes were getting a little baggier than I would have liked. And so I knew that something was going on. I knew that weight change was occurring, even though the number on the scale was staying frustratingly the same. But because I was able to use tape measure to measure different parts of my body, I was able to see those changes, and it helped me realize that even though the weight on the scale wasn't changing, my body still was changing because I was maintaining a calorie deficit over an extended period of time. It was just maybe the water weight caused by an increase in exercise that was causing this number on the scale to not reflect what was happening. So don't just rely on the scale to track your body changes. Use different methods to see what is happening inside your body, what changes are occurring, and whether or not this caloric deficit you're on is working. And if you are using a scale to measure your progress, remember to weigh yourself at the same time. If you measure yourself in the morning one day and measure yourself in the evening another day, those weights may be very different. Your body fluctuates in weight throughout the day. If you are using the scale to track your changes, make sure you measure yourself at the same time of day. So weight loss is not always going to be on a steady downward trend. It's going to go up and down sometimes. But if you just maintain that caloric deficit, make sure that you're tracking your calories, making sure that you are adjusting how many calories you're eating based on how much you weigh as you continue to lose weight. If you keep doing that, you will continue to experience weight loss. It just may come at a frustratingly slower pace. But trust the process, trust the math, and know that it will happen eventually. My name is Charity. I hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.